just constantly.
Yeah, and they just can't quite get it done. But they do have
2 more chances. Well, 1 now, but
yeah,
if they win this, it's a second.
yeah, and they've got the Thanos support champion
That's right.
in the Ashe.
Oh,
Kuzma should be perfectly fine with Phase Rush. So we'll see how ICU fares in
no.
this matchup. It does start E, so I guess that's maybe just typical in this matchup.
Yeah, probably. Just eating out of the Phoenix stance.
Yeah. I think even if you take Q, you're probably getting the worst of a trade, so avoid it altogether.
Okay, we have the ward in the bush early bot side, so Ashe can't do any of that shenanigans that we're so used to seeing. Also starting the Doran's Blade as per.
Yeah. So I want to see Kuzma this game do his red buff, or even his Raptors, and just walk into enemy bot side. Especially with an Ashe on your team, you're guaranteed priority in your bot lane. Arding not going for the Ghost that we see most of the time on Ashe is going to make his early game skirmishing a lot weaker. As he's hooked up.
Oh, it's Barrier Ashe, by the way, so not
Yeah.
as strong as typical at level 1, but still a very good trade nonetheless.
Yeah. And this is the horrifying thing about playing against Ashe. You take the engage support, you land your engage, and you still lose out the trade because they just have 2 ADCs punching you.
Oh my god, we give over Ashe for what?
As it wasn't even the hook. I thought Arding had gotten hooked, but he's just so willing to take these fights early on the Ashe. Nautilus started W. He was just willing to go melee range of a Nautilus because Ashe is just never losing these level 1 fights.
Oh, we give Ashe for what?
Yeah, and Cha loses his flash and Ignite goes down. I'm pretty sure he just walks face first in here. And yeah, no fear. Doesn't flash away or anything, no need. And they lose the trade in melee range because Ashe is just too strong.
Really good target selection, by the way. I think a lot of times people could be like worried and just aim for the Nautilus in their face, but the whole time Arding and God JJ were hitting Ching, and that's 2 Dark Harvests.
Yeah, 2 Dark Harvests. Gotta feel good about that. As this is exactly what you want Kuzma to be doing. As Lily's coming, but a Poppy is so hard to lock down and kill at this point,
and
especially
while
with Phase Rush.
Nico's strong level 3, she's not killing a Poppy strong level 3.
Yeah, she doesn't have, the sustained single target damage that you're probably going to need. I see you trading back onto Relia.
Yeah, but he has Turtle stance. That champ's so busted.
Okay, Arding is still level 1. I guess he backed after the play on...
All right, we're looking. Ching does have both sums, but he's going to get stunned up against the wall, and he's gone. Arding's going to go down. Oh, no, Char picks it up, though, so...
Oh, God JJ got to be careful.
Oh,
nice.
Fantastic Steadfast presence. Renia now getting very, very low. In fact, he's kind of walking back and forward. God JJ having to reload means that he wasn't able to follow up with any more damage, but again...
Yeah. And the way Arding played that, he was fine dying. He walked essentially into melee range.
He could have even flashed out if he wanted.
Yeah, he's fine dying. You're always taking that trade, especially if the enemy jungler is not up to much else. He's there too. You kill an ADC for a support. Shangbai. I thought Nico might be the champ to stop this Wei champion in lane, but not doing enough. Nice stun there. Cleanses it and doesn't get a chance to move. I think
he thought he'd survive. I think it would have flashed otherwise.
It would have been very close, honestly. Really nice reaction from Kuzma.
Okay, we've got another game now where God JJ is ahead on Jhin. He was, of course, ahead Thursday, up against BYG in game number 3.
Yeah, not getting better anytime soon for the Varus, who has gone the lethality Varus this game.
One problem is that Arding is yet to get enough money for his World Atlas.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be annoying in the mid game, but I mean, you're not stressed about it. It is so worth having this D-Blade.
Yeah, as we see, it's already paid off. Just not into his pocket.
So with a lethality Varus, though, I am wondering who's going to be killing this Cassante. He's going to have a rough go in lane, so he's not going to be as big as he could be, but if he picks up a kill or two or somewhere or a plate, and gets some items.
There's no one killing this Cassante.
Yeah.
Or Poppy, by the way.
Yeah.
It's not even just the Cassante.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're looking for another dive. Ching does have flash still.
As
Noise on the way, but is he going to be quick enough? The flash comes through, and the follow-up.
Wow.
God, JJ just executes the man, and that's another wave going to go to the wayside, and another kill going to the Jin side.
just clean execution from Hellpigs. You love to see it. They just flash straight onto Cheng, who has no cleanse. God JJ holds on to his 4th shot nicely. He's been doing that very nicely this game. You're out of damage once you use that, and it does do execute damage, so, you know, make sure you're making it count. Gets Cheng's flash as well. Stra's been catching a lot of these waves by himself.
At this stage, you just change who gets support item.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't
West Point might get here in time. Sin is coming. No flash on Poppy. God JJ might have to flash.
Flash forward. It's going to land. It's onto Arding. Root comes through, and a nice trade back of damage, but Renier comes through now too, and holding that flash earlier pays dividends as Arding is able to flash on out over that wall. Dragon picked up. Loses sums, but honestly, just the Ash. It's not that bad.
I like that Arding didn't flash the initial hook. He was just willing to get hooked. You know, doesn't risk his ADC getting flash on behind him, as Kuzma very clean here. Jumps on the Varus, procs his phase rush, and waltzes on out. Takes maybe 1 or 2 tower shots for his trouble.
Not happy.
Yeah, Cheng
Neither
will
am I
be,
when I get towered over twice.
yeah, Cheng will be frustrated that he didn't flash the Poppy.
Oh, we're going for a ride. I see you looking for the kill onto Relia. This is something that Relia wasn't able to do last game, and Kuzma once again, he's here. He picks himself up, his 2nd of the game. Fantastically well played by ICU.
Yeah. Kuzma finding himself right place, right time, playing around his laners who are playing very well. Renier going to take away his red buff, but if you're Poppy at this point and you've already gotten 3 kills, you don't care. Let him have the red. It's not going to be much of a consolation for how strong your laners are going to be this game.
Man, that is a sad, sad Hui inventory.
Yeah, geez. Just mana doing fine, though.
Yeah, we'll be going for what we saw earlier. I imagine, same build that came out of...
Yeah, I liked that build.
I did too. I liked it more than the Luden's Companion.
Yeah, yeah. Very deep pink ward in the Hellpigs bot side. Probably not going to be cleared for a long time. And honestly, maybe no one's going to walk past it for a long time. So it might not be really achieving all that much in that bush.
You know what we should keep track of?
Yeah.
How long it takes for the World Atlas now to be completed on Ash. Because it's just been completed, as I said, there on Char.
Yeah.
So obviously Ash is pretty much constantly, anytime it stacks up, it's immediately gone.
Yeah.
Even more so than the Nautilus. And she gets more gold because she generally procs it from tower or hitting champions.
Yeah. Does it still proc on tower?
Yeah.
I think it might not.
Oh, did they change that?
Yeah, I think it might not. I remember hitting a tower and being annoyed.
Was that... I know it did last patch.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, no, it definitely... and it gives you the same amount of gold as hitting a champion does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was one of the weird rules that's got around it, as Shenghua is actually picking up a plate. Doing very well in what I would have thought would be a very hard lane. Nico is a very strong laner.
Char using a sweeper, locates a Poppy and things. Oh.
Got to be a little bit careful with your Hellpigs now, with your jungler level 5 versus a level 6 Zen.
Oh, Xingbai. Always flashed on. Gonna have to answer back with his own flash and gets that movement speed. Should be able to get himself out, although slowed up. Char!
Oh
nice
my
dodge.
Goodness.
Oh, the composure. Even the composure to walk to the opposite side of that blast cone.
Yeah. Really nice from Shenghua to get out there. That was looking very scary. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead for sure.
This Udyr lane, he's up CS, but it's not going the way we're used to.
Same story as last game, really, though, minus a few plates. You know, ICU is able to farm a lot of plates.
Yeah, but I just mean, ICU currently winning trades.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a little bit early.
We'll see if Relia goes for his Leandri's Udyr.
Yeah, he is.
He looks like it, yeah. Kuzma is 6 now on the Poppy. Not too worried about the Void Grubs. Is it 6 already?
Yeah, that was 6, yeah.
Okay. I mean, we'll see if anyone ever makes it to a tower on the side of West Point, as Kuzma's fighting.
Kazma, he's found Rinye. Rinye no flash, of course, as he just used it on Xingbai in that bot side jungle. Speaking of, gets onto him, Pop Blossom comes out, lands onto 2, but through will come ICU. He's found 1 for himself. Flash away here from Kazma as Rallia getting chased down. That's a double. Ash Arrow will go slightly wide, and Nully plays the mind games and succeeds. It's a 2 for 1. Not the worst, and honestly, your tank that is not particularly killable this game picked up both of them.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, this Cassante is going to be a massive problem, especially with 2 kills picked up here. It's Kazma who's looking for this fight, and I thought a little bit dicey for a second. But yeah, his team is here in time. Xingbai does go down for it, but very much worth it. As it was very close to Nully going down here too. This puppy is so hard to kill. Yeah, Nully could go down here. It was essentially, you know, a 50-50 which Nico he goes for.
You know one thing I discovered today?
Go on.
I was playing Tryndamere.
Yeah.
Mid lane against Nico. Oh, hold up. We're looking for the steal.
Just going to try to steal it.
It's not going to work. But we do connect with all 4 of the shots.
Got JJ really low on mana.
Back to the more important things at hand.
Yep,
Tryndamere to Nico.
Yep.
And I'll use my mocking shout.
Yeah.
And should use her clone. That's pretty much the interaction we had every time.
Yeah.
And the mocking shout chicken above her head would last just long enough for me to know exactly which one it was after she came out of Invis.
So it's Tryndamere, maybe a sleeper.
Absolute counter. Just
counter.
Yeah. Nothing she could do at that point.
So not much happening in the bot lane since those first couple dives. Cheng is pretty far behind, as still matching the Youmu's out from God JJ. God JJ does have his Swifties finish.
Oh no! Oh my! It connects. They know exactly which one it is now, and it's going to be a kill. Xingbai picking up that one. Kazma, though, he's tanking the tower, so he will be going down. Chooses to do a little bit of damage before doing so, and it is Nautilus once again picking up the kill.
No assist even for Nully, you're fine with that.
Yeah.
You might even like a shutdown on the Nautilus. Not going to bother you too much. He's going to get his locket pretty quick. But
yeah, Kainic Recurn now is completed, of course, topside for ICU, and Frozen Heart going to be the first item for Kazma. I like that itemization. You've got one tank that will not die to the APs and one tank that will not die to the ADs.
Yeah.
Target selection,
Frozen
even
Heart
harder.
is such a strong item. Once this Cassante finishes Iceborne Gauntlet, he's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So I don't think you need to be in a rush or anything as Hellpigs to push your lead, which is just under 2k at the moment. Still got a tier stacking on Hui, items coming in. Oh, JJ pops his ulti.
Oh, nice. Good bit of damage.
Yeah, get some damage out. Keeps the pressure up on the West Point bot lane. As they've got Kazma coming, and West Point are going to get clear of it. So I want to see 6 Dark Harvest stacks on God JJ. Not bad. Not great either. I hate Dark Harvest, but we have been seeing it more, especially in solo queue.
For sure.
It's just going to be a whole tower.
Yeah, we're getting there. This is without any Void Grubs, of course. So.
Yeah, they just take the tower.
Oh, nice by Xingbai.
Wow.
Loses Flash, but so does Ching. Ching also loses his ult.
So they're going to look for the Rift Herald here. They should just be able to pick it up with Hellpig's bot lane so far away.
I'm not so certain. Well, maybe because of that, yeah, actually. They did lose Ching's ult, though, so...
Yeah, they do have to run for the hills as soon as this goes down.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of time to get out as Hellpigs are converging. They don't really have a clear way out of this. Especially Char.
So the melee minion is going to run down the river.
Okay. ICU, though, he's found his way in. He's on Rally, he's on Char, and it's a massive whale. But the Pop Blossom is only going to find 2. One of them is Xingbai's. Rinye's going to follow up on it. They are able to get that first kill, but it's going to be returned.
Oh my
God,
goodness.
JJ. In the meantime, ICU is playing Cassante and playing Cassante very, very well as one more will go down. Only Rally are living, and that's on a slither of health. So congratulations, you got the Rift Heal, but we'll take 3.
ICU the only physical... Oh, Cheng the only physical damage on West Point, and ICU was in the middle of 4 people at one point in that fight, and it looked like he was going to win. So Kuzma is looking to just split them up here so they can get a better engage. Doesn't land the ult. And just watch Shengbai on the Hui here. He doesn't even have an item completed yet, but is doing so much damage. Noli tries to return it, but watch ICU on the backline. And Varus is actually up at this point too. I mean, he's just in the middle of 4 people. I genuinely thought he was going to win this. And it will get to the point, I think, this game where he will win those. Cassante a problem this game.
They're quite happy, as would I be.
Yeah.
This game seems, well, not insurmountable in terms of gold. Compositionally,
Yeah.
I think it's a wrap.
Yeah, it's so hard to deal with this Cassante.
And Poppy. I mean, Poppy had so much thrown at her just then.
Yeah, it's just that at least Poppy isn't going to also kill your whole team.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, Dragon Spawn, it is one apiece, so...
Shengbai.
Nice. This guy is so composed.
Yeah,
well,
once
he even
again.
lands the ult on the way out too. Char now, he looked for something to help his team. He's been hit by another Fear,
Jin.
Noli blocking some of this damage. Jin ult coming down. It's going to be landing, but it's all going to be landing here on to Renier, who does eventually go down. And with that 2 deaths, it's going to mean that this Dragon should be comfortably secured for the side of Halpigs as they look to take us to a game 3.
Yeah, composed. Composed is the right word for Shengbai. Once again, in a bit of a dicey spot, dodges out an Nautilus hook and manages to turn it around on him. And West Point falling apart a little bit. I've got Hellpigs winning this game. It's going to be really hard for West Point to come back into this one. With how much damage they're lacking on their composition also being very one-dimensional in terms of they just go in.
For sure. I guess the one win con I think here that West Point do have is Nico finding a good ult into damage coming through from Cheng.
Yeah, we're starting to talk about, ridiculousness like, 4 or 5 man Nico ults into, some ridiculous Varus snipe and Varus ult bounces.
And there's a little bit of tank shred coming through from Rallia, but ultimately he's only going to get the Leandries and then full tank, so...
Yeah.
It won't be all that exciting.
Yeah, it's going to take some severe outplays from West Point.
And they don't even have severe.
Yeah.
Let's go JJ last game.
Yeah, he took... and some mistakes. I think ICU is going to have to really mess up in these fights to not have massive impact.
I'm so shocked that the team with Ash is just
Steamrolling
dominating
the game.
from level 1.
Yeah.
Oh, Char, he's going to find something. It's Shengbai is pretty much one of the best people you can find.
Oh.
It was a good keeper's verdict, but was it enough? It looks like for now at least, Shengbai is still alive and Rallia is going to get the burn. And God, JJ does go down. That is a shutdown. It's a big shutdown now onto your Udyr. But you do lose your tower for an ICU. He's on the hunt. He is not so sure that you're getting out of here. Unstoppable. He's under the tower. He lands the Q2. Q3 now the big one. Will not connect. And low health bars across the map means that I think Halpig should be content. Although Renier does stroll into a root. I got a little bit scared there. I've seen that happen earlier today.
Yeah.
And that resulted in a death immediately.
Yep. Shengbai not quite there yet. And ICU, you can tell he knows how strong he is this game. He just sees 3 people at full HP under their tower and he goes in by himself, seeing if he can pick something up. Really nice engage onto Shengbai from Cha. But a nicer keeper's verdict. Nice ulti from Nuli, and I mean, you're seeing Udyr here. He just dies so quickly. He does manage to get the burn onto God JJ and the shutdown.
Nice.
But But yeah, I mean, maybe if he was there earlier, that fight looks different. And maybe if the Poppy ulti isn't so good there as...
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Okay. Doing a little donut there, Nuli is. I'm not sure he really wanted to crash that into the tower. If he did, he'd be in maybe trouble.
Maybe. I don't know. I think he might have accidentally clicked the Rift Shield.
Yeah, or it was just timing out.
No, I mean, clicked into it.
Oh, right.
I've done that before.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that. Ult opened up onto Cheng.
Oh.
Cha no flash.
Oh, we've hit Noli.
All right, couple ult swift.
Wait a second, I thought it was for nothing. And then Cassante appeared.
Yeah. Yeah, anytime ICU is on the screen, it's very scary.
Oh, that bush does not have any wards in it.
Because we're going to look to smite away the red.
And he will.
Let's get it.
Honestly, pretty important.
Yeah, it's a team-wide buff now.
Yeah, and it doesn't transfer on death as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, the early game ones do, but...
So, Shengbai maybe getting collapsed on here, but this team is all close. West Point do have a window where the Ashe ult and Jhin ult are down, though the Ashe ult down for a very short time.
Yeah, pretty much back up already.
As Helpig's hitting the Baron, seeing what they can fish for. ICU in a great spot to punish a contest here.
And I think West Point are fairly forced to, because really what are you supposed to do? There's not all that much wave clear. Nope. And
there's the smite steal opportunity gone.
Yeah, they are going to be able to burn this out in time. Nuli did come up with one heroic Orianna steal one time, but he's not even in the vicinity either, so...
Yeah, Kuzma having a great game on the Poppy. Doing everything he needs to.
For sure. A very, very good look. Now, we do have a different build from Shengbai. He's going for what I believe is turning into Liandry's, as well as an Oblivion Orb.
Yeah, I mean, Hui's got to be one of the best champs at applying the heal cut.
Yeah.
A lot of AoE. Just more of a utility build.
I would have thought it's just better to put it on Ashe, but...
Yeah, that makes sense to me. No Edge of Night is a bit of a risky build from Arding. You usually see Edge of Night pretty early, especially against something like the Nautilus. Takes away the option for him to just ult you, but they do have a Varus on the enemy team who can take off Edge of Night very easily.
I got a little scared for God JJ. Ching9 though, he's going to have to use that cleanse real early. Here comes the Pop Blossom, is only going to land onto one though. Importantly, it is Xingbai who does go down. Doesn't even have time to find all that much damage, but Kuzma, he's onto Char. Is going to be able to get away with that blast cone. They find yet another pick here onto Xingbai.
Yeah, they find the pick. Will it slow down the siege, though? I don't think Hellpigs are worried.
No, they shouldn't be too worried. I mean, they've got no minions for now.
They could also just back off and take this dragon.
Oh. ICU is low on mana, but when he goes all out, he no longer uses mana costs. Ooh, nice route there. Kuzma getting so low, and Rally is just running completely through these teams.
Does he have mana to all out?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have the mana to activate it. True. Doesn't look like he does, and so a couple of massive shutdowns actually going over the way of West Point as they try to find their way back into this game.
Yeah, Helping's getting a little complacent. They'll lose a dragon for it.
I think more importantly, they lose a minute of Baron time. Get nothing for it.
Yeah, they'll be getting nothing for this Baron
Minus
now.
500.
As Shengbai, after a good early game, is maybe getting a little overconfident. He is the only consistent damage on this team. You're not looking for Jhin or Ashe to be doing consistent damage in these fights, and he's just way too far up. Gets hit by the Varus ulti here, I think.
Oh, that was a quick cleanse.
Yeah, very. Gets immediately followed up on by Nuli, who just barely tanks everything and gets out of there. And as Hellpigs, you don't need to be afraid of the 4v5. I do still favor them in the 4v5 even, but you can just go grab a dragon here.
Yeah, for sure. Hop not to, hook lands onto Kuzma, Root follows it up, and yeah. just immediately sort of ran at.
Aurelia picks him up.
So many things going wrong all at once.
Shutdown.
Honestly, I think this fight was just almost solo carried by Char.
Yeah. Landing a bunch of hooks, nice ultis. Nully having a great follow-up too. Managing to live and finding a bunch of roots on the Nico. So West Point delay the soul of Helpigs.
Yeah, 2-2 now.
And the Magi's on Shengbei looking a bit silly now.
Yeah, not a whole lot of pages in that book. Looks like one of the books that I choose to read when it was the novel class in English for high school.
Pictures?
Yeah, nah, The Old Man in the Sea. 200 pages. So,
you know, you got to just not lose your confidence now as Helpigs. You're still fine. I mean, we've seen this Hui get to pretty ridiculous amounts of damage as well with items, so you're not too worried about scaling with a Cassante and Hui in this game.
For sure. Looks like we might have another disgruntled battle over the red buff, although, well, Helpigs do get given access to it if they choose to take it. So far, though, they are just sieging up top.
Root lands from Shengbei on a clone.
Yeah, defending that ward. All right, code and call. There is a clone. Ooh, okay. But it's wow, my God! What? God, JJ finds it. Somehow snipes that fourth shot. Renier getting very low too. Will eventually go down, and Kuzma takes negative damage.
Yeah, West Point not able to pull off a miracle that time and just go down. It's actually God JJ with a bit of a miracle snipe. I do not know how he found that angle.
No, that was crazy. Well played though, of course, and once again, I mean, they already were ahead even despite the mishap mid, but now once again furthering it.
Yeah, and they're playing around the Jhin ult well. You can see whenever they're sieging, they just open up with Jhin ult and it kind of forces the enemy team to position wonky and feel weird about defending their tower, and they maybe just have to get off it. End up dropping a couple kills there. Shengbei is up to 6 stacks. Hasn't sold his Magi's out of embarrassment, has decided he will keep it.
Get it back to its former glory. Now, Baron, once again, it will be up. I think West Point will try to contest it, but the problem is you're always faced with Poppy. Ooh.
Oh, no flash on
Renee
the
uses flash, but I see Hughes found a teleport. He's going to find Nully here for sure. In fact, he has. Now, if Nully doesn't get a Pop Blossom here, there's no way they're winning a fight. All Out comes through, and there is no way a Pop Blossom ever is. Char's going to be the next target as Rallia did manage to get out through, honestly, Poppy. Curtain Call coming through, slows landing, but nothing really to see here. It should just be attention now. Turn towards this Baron. Helpigs firmly in the lead.
Yeah, only thing you got to watch out now is Renier is still alive. No flash, but can get over the wall very easily. Shengbei is going to make sure they don't have a mid-wave to trade anything back with. As Dragon's up in 40 seconds, but Helpigs should be there in time to contest it.
Sure. Baron now is going to go over 30 seconds, sorry, until Infernal, as you touched on, which should be pretty simple now for Helpigs to take. I don't think they're going to risk any more shenanigans with this Baron.
And it's a great TP from ICU that kind of seals the deal on this one. Nully just caught out by a Cassante and a really nice root again. God JJ threading the needle. And no hope for Nully to survive there. Bit of an ambitious open up on the Jhin ult. Kuzma flashing over to make sure he finishes off his target. So Morello's and then I guess Rabadon's up on the Hui next.
Yeah, should be. This is a interesting build.
Yeah, I mean Morello's is so cheap. Morello's is so cheap. Sometimes you just back and you have the full item.
Yeah, but I would again much rather heal cut come through from Ashe, so you can get both the death cap and a pin item.
Yeah, I think he really just found himself in a spot where he had Oblivion Orb and a needlessly large rod in his inventory, and he didn't have money to finish the Rabadons or Zhonya's, but could just, as Renye's getting chunked. Gets
Oh,
hit by an Ash arrow.
he is very, very low. Looks like he will survive. Nuli finds a nice flank here onto both Arding and Shenbai, but Arding living. Curtain Call actually just hitting Relia and stopping him from ever reaching this Ash, although Ghost will be popped, and he's trying to get away. Heal in response. Nice stun from Kazma. It's going to be found. God JJ picks himself up yet another.
Ooh.
And that
Snipe.
old Cheng is burning. But he will get out of there eventually. Can't say the same about this inhib turret, and the inhib will also be going down as well.
Nice ult from Kazma again, stops Nuli from really following up on a nice pop blossom onto the backline.
Sure, and now one inhib down. They're looking to get the second. No attention towards these dragons. Ultimately, Dragon doesn't feel like it should be a win condition anymore.
Another arrow.
Another arrow will connect, and ICU goes unstoppable. He does have the all-out, and Chart 9 is not longer for this world. ICU is in between everyone, and he is feeling completely fine about it. Losing a little bit of health, but he's lost more to the activation of his ult than anything. And Shenbai very, very low, and actually going to get sniped on the back end there from Cheng 9. And with that, Halpix deciding not to risk too much more, going to instead back out, possibly look towards this dragon.
Yeah, I think they'll pick up the dragon, though. They might be contested on it. No Shenbai is a lot of their damage. So it was a TP flank.
Oh, double.
Oh, double TP. Yeah, and Nuli finds a really good engage on the backline here. Nice stun onto the Poppy to, you know, allow Nuli to get in here, but he's not able to follow up on his ult with a combo onto Hui. Nice peel as well. Kazma just saving his backline this fight. Relia actually takes a long time to kill, but this Cassante takes much longer.
Yeah, the Cassante takes much longer to survive.
And Shenbai back down to 2 stacks.
The duality of the book.
Still,
And a theme
still
is,
just hanging on to the book.
And the theme is picked up by ICU. Be interested to see who he used that on, because it doesn't feel like anyone is killing him. Maybe the Udyr? I think Udyr is probably doing the most damage to him.
I reckon he's just going to put it on Varus. We won't be able to tell till, you know, someone's selected by the observer.
It's not Jin.
I have to imagine it's the Varus because he's the only champ that can even pretend to kill him.
No, I wouldn't be surprised if in a long fight Udyr could.
Yeah, the Leandries.
Oh, Renye.
It's Renye.
Renye's found his way onto both of these carries. They both have flash though, and do manage to get out. Yeah, ult misses from Shenbai, but he's finding a really nice angle for the rest of his abilities. 4th shot will miss on to these frontliners, but does hit Char in the back. And 2 quick kills found. Renye looking for whatever he could. Fantastic stun from Kazma here as the Pop Blossom will only be connecting onto these tanks. Kazma, though, might eventually find himself going down. He hasn't just yet. Cheng 9, he will find himself dead. It is a clean ace, only Arding going down.
Yep.
And now it is Halpix who will be bringing us to a 4th.
Nice bounce back from Helpix.
Yeah.
Pretty dominant this game. Slip up here and there, but well played to Helpix, especially Kazma, honestly, this game.
Yeah. Massive, massive early game out of him. I mean,